Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Today, we are going to explore the Grand Canyon. And if you've been with us from the beginning, we've actually explored it already. I looked back at the chat box this was in April when we went to the Grand Canyon together virtually. And we learned a lot then about the skyway that you can walk on and look down into the canyon. We learned some about the mules that go down into a lodge where you can stay at the base of the canyon, and mail has to be delivered by mule. But today, we're going to learn more about some of the people who have lived there, Native Americans, and live there still, and some of their stories. We're going to learn more about the river, the Colorado River, and what it's like to be traveling on the river. And we're going to learn more about a specific hike to a really beautiful waterfall. So of course, what we want to do is see where we are on the map. But first of all, who's been to the Grand Canyon before?
I have.
Oh, Julie, Jimmy, Elaine. Okay, so all of you are going to act as our experts today. If you have a memory you want to share or a fun fact you want to share, please let us know because we want to hear it. So over to my Google map. I love to see where we are on the map.
I do too.
Another puzzle game.
Here we are, United States. Old Chattanooga right over here. Grand Canyon is in what state? You can shout it out if you know. What state is the Grand Canyon in?
Oh, me. Oh.
Julie.
Arizona.
You got it, Arizona.
I was thinking the same thing, Michelle.
So here we are in the state of Arizona. Grand Canyon National Park is in the northern side of the state. And we are going to see some pictures of what's going on these days. Here's our satellite view. So you can see this is part of the river right here.
If you picked it.
Here is one of the Indian reservations, one of the Native American tribes. There are several around the Grand Canyon National Park area. Elaine, you told me something earlier about what's going on right now with part of the Grand Canyon and the weather. Do you want to share that with everybody else?
Yeah, you know, when we were talking earlier today, we were looking and there's actually, you guys, some of the roads are closed in the canyon right now because it is snowing.
That's crazy.
And
Wow.
just in parts of it though, right? So, you know, it's so big, but only on one side. Now, maybe since Michelle and I talked earlier, it's snowing more, but yeah, they're getting some snow today.
Wow. They're getting some snow today.
So these pictures that people have posted, this is new since I looked this morning. Here's a small herd of bison. And it looks like we'll probably get pictures from the area that's open. So that means it's not the snowy area of the park. Because the state of Rhode Island is smaller than the size of this national park. It's huge. Wow. It's huge. So it may be that they're getting snow on one end, but not on the other. And part of that is because there's an elevation change of 6,000 feet within the park. Mm-hmm. Areas that are as low as 2,000 feet elevation above sea level, and other areas that are as high as 8,000 feet above sea level.
That's pretty.
So that means the weather is very different depending on where you are in the canyon. Here are some of the overlooks. Yeah. And you can see, isn't that just amazing? Down here is the gorge of the canyon. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're implementing social distancing. So that's the visitor center, it looks like. And you get some amazing colorings on the
yeah.
rock walls
Yeah.
at sunset. Looks like somebody had a visitor on their camera screen on their lens. Do you see that guy right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Oh, that's a
there's
cute
any-
hat.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So we will see some more of this in some videos that I'm going to share. But these pictures have been taken all within the month of November.
You want like a pup?
They're very, ooh, look
It's
at that one.
really pretty.
Oh,
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what
Let me go back to that one. Those are
I saw
amazing.
those when me and my mom were visiting the park.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice, Rachel.
You want that?
Were you very close to them?
Yeah, they just like came out of nowhere and
Hey,
just
like,
walked.
You like that?
Yeah.
dear?
Wow.
And this was in the lodge area.
You don't want any of this?
Very, very cool. So here's one of those amazing viewpoints. Okay, I'm going to stop it there because we could get sucked into this for hours and hours just looking at pictures that people
Yeah.
post. One of the falls, Havasupai Falls, that we're going to see is one of the most iconic waterfalls, or one of the most
No.
frequently photographed waterfalls because it's just so beautiful. And Havasu, or Havasupai, for the name of a local Native American tribe, it means blue-green waters. So
Ooh.
you'll find
I
that
like that name.
Havasupai
You
Falls
want those?
is green-blue
Very
or
green.
blue-green waters, and it really is. It's pretty amazing. So for starters, I want to play a video that is basically an overview of the Grand Canyon. It'll talk about a little bit of everything. That it will be helpful for us to just wrap our minds around what this national park is all about. Are there any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay. Now this video is about 5 minutes long, and it's just
Let's do this.
packed
Don't do
full,
this.
packed full of a lot of information.
One of those.
Okay. Here we go.
You want that one? No.
Grand Canyon National Park's powerful and inspiring landscape overwhelms the senses through its immense size. It is visited by millions of people every year. On the north side of this miles-wide expanse lies the much less accessible North Rim. Although visitation here is small when compared to the South Rim, the grandeur and beauty is just as overwhelming. There are many spectacular overlooks along the North Rim, but Bright Angel Point and the area near the lodge is the center of visitor activity. At this undiscovered side of the canyon, a refreshing new dimension awaits the visitor, with tall pines, abundant wildlife, and a slower pace. At the rim's edge, the limestone is over 225 million years old. But down in the canyon's inner gorge, the dark walls are more than 2 billion years old. At Point Imperial, the most conspicuous landmark is Mount Hayden, shaped like a thumb. It is composed of hard sandstone. The North Rim's Grand Canyon Lodge offers one of the most dramatic settings of any hotel in the world, perched on the very rim of the vast gorge. Each year, millions of people come to visit the most astonishing landscape in the world, the Grand Canyon. As much as a mile deep, 277 miles long, and up to 18 miles across, its breathtaking beauty and scope leave most visitors inspired and overwhelmed. About 65 million years ago, forces within the Earth uplifted this area. As the land rose, the raging Colorado River began the long process of erosion that formed this enormous canyon. Today, the river continues its work, while also providing thrills for adventurous rafters. At mile 53, high above the river, the ancient Nanko wheat granaries are dated to 1100 AD. Used to store crops, these granaries tell the story of the early people in the canyon.
Isn't it pretty?
I would do that. Uh-huh.
A favorite way to reach the canyon is on the Grand Canyon Railway. The journey begins at Williams, traveling 65 miles to the Grand Canyon.
You want
The journey ends at the historic El Tovar Hotel. It's located in the village, the center of visitor activity. The El Tovar opened its doors in 1905 and retains its elegant Western charm. Condors can often be seen soaring off the rim of the canyon. In 1905, Mary Elizabeth Jane Coulter designed and created the Hopi House as a living museum for the Hopi Native Americans. One of the more popular adventures is the mule trip to the bottom of the gorge to Phantom Ranch. Near the east entrance, the watchtower gives us a final grand view of the Grand Canyon.
That's breathtaking.
It is. It's beautiful.
Julie, you said it. That is breathtaking.
It is breathtaking.
Beautiful.
I didn't go when I went there with my mom a couple of years ago. We weren't on that side.
Yeah.
We were on the other side.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because it's huge. It'd be hard to do the whole thing in one trip.
And we didn't
Yeah.
do the mules. However, we did do the aerial view.
Okay.
We went on
Okay.
the helicopter tour.
You went on a helicopter tour. Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very cool. It was that left me about the canyon. I'll have to come back to it. Did you see those giant birds that were flying out there too?
It's so
The
big.
Yes.
California condors. They're just
Yeah, we
They're
saw.
big.
hmm Who would want to go on those rafting trips?
Do.
Ha!
I do.
No,
Maybe.
Alyssa, you do. Julie, yeah.
Me, Beth. Beth says she wants.
Beth, it's pretty exciting.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
One
you
of
go.
these next videos I have to show you shows a little bit more of an intense section of the river. And this is the Colorado River that's snaking down in the canyon. So Elaine and I know a few people who have gone on that trip. You can do the whole canyon or from rim to rim. I think it's 22 days by raft. So that's a long trip.
Oh, man.
2 days. And there are sandbars where you can pull off. and camp for the night, set up your camp, eat your food, play on the beach, right there at the base of the canyon. So we are going to see a little bit of that
That'd be awesome.
in our meeting.
I would like to do it without the camping though.
I would do that too.
You're not
I
a
would
big
do all
camper?
of it.
I have a simple afraid of bugs.
Oh,
too.
well, I understand. You don't want things that you don't know about creeping around on you at night.
I would go get a hotel for a couple of nights.
The last time I went
Yeah.
camping, not good at all.
Well, there
Here's
are
the-
other ways you can enjoy the Grand Canyon without sleeping overnight outside. There are several lodges that you can stay in.
Oh, my mom and I stayed
Yeah.
at one of the lodges,
Mhm.
and that's where we saw the animals.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
However, I almost got dehydrated.
Yes, because did you go during the summertime?
No, around right now, we would be right now.
Was it still warm there?
Need help?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, we know right now it's kind of chilly in a certain section of it, but that temperature can change drastically.
That make it happen.
And when you're exposed to the elements like that, even if it's not really hot outside, it's easy to become dehydrated.
And I almost got dehydrated. Thank goodness someone was there.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Definitely.
it's definitely one of those things, right? You guys, they always say the air is drier out there. So you don't necessarily always know, you're not sweating as much as you are here, but you're still losing water, right? And so, yeah, it's very important to drink lots of water, even if you don't think you
And I was on this hike with my mom, and I forgot to bring me a bowl of water. Alright. When we got back to the car, I was like, me and my mom was sweating. She was like sweating like crazy when she was on that hike. Woo! It was uphill, downhill, up, down, climb.
That's no joke.
Woo!
Okay, I'm going to share my screen again because there's this really cool website with a lot of information and beautiful pictures to go along with the information. So we're going to work through this together. These are some fun facts about the Grand Canyon.
Let's do this.
Thank you, Alyssa.
You're
So
welcome.
here's our
Don't do
first
that.
picture.
Look at that sky.
Look at that
That's pretty.
sky. That's right. Look at those colors
Yep.
from
Yeah,
the different
I love
levels.
those colors.
Yeah. So this one is talking about how big the Grand Canyon is. And I told you earlier, it's as big or bigger than the state of Rhode Island. And the canyon is a mile deep. So from this highest point all the way down to the bottom of the canyon, that's a full mile in some places. That's huge. Huge, huge.
Yeah.
This national park was established, I need to reference myself here, in 1919. So we are at 101 years as a national park for the Grand Canyon.
That's pretty.
So we
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about how
yes.
the weather can change so much. The Grand Canyon, because of the way it is and constructed, it can influence the weather. I told you earlier, the elevation change can be up to 6,000 feet in difference from the base to the height, which means the temperature will increase. It'll get warmer the higher you go. You're getting closer to the sun.
That's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think I
you guys,
said
and a
that
lot of
wrong.
times it'll be really warm
Those are your
during
clouds.
the day, and then at night it'll drop like 30 degrees,
Clouds.
and so it feels even colder because of the difference.
Okay.
That's right. So I said that wrong, you guys. I said that in the
Yeah.
opposite way. With each 1,000 foot loss in elevation, the temperature increases. So as you get closer to the base of the canyon, it'll be warmer. But if you're higher in elevation, then it gets a little cooler. So this right here This is called cloud inversion, and this happened in 2013. It's a very rare meteorological event when the canyon is filled with clouds and the air near the ground is cooler than the air above it. So this doesn't happen very often. And it's basically like the sky has fallen down into the canyon. There are hidden caves in the canyon.
Yeah.
Maybe as many as 1,000. But the only cave that's open to the public is the Cave of the Domes on Horseshoe Mesa. And they're definitely hidden. I can hardly see them.
Great.
There might be one right in here. There might be one over here.
Yeah, I can see it.
Mm-hmm. The Grand Canyon is one of the most visited national parks in the United States.
I believe
Almost
that.
6 million people visit every year, which makes it the second most popular national park. You know, the first most popular, they say, is the Great Smoky Mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. That's us.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. So these right here, these are some other caves, so to speak, in the walls, but these were actually used to hold grain and crops. This is called a granary.
Neat.
Right.
Mhm.
Wow.
The most dangerous animal in the park? Oh, the rock squirrel. Look at that cute little guy.
How are
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's so sad.
So you might be wondering, how is the rock squirrel the most dangerous animal in the park? Well, it's because they're so cute, people want to feed them, and then the rock squirrels will bite them. So there are a reported many bites every year from the rock squirrel. No serious damage, but you gotta look out. I know they look cute. We're told to keep wildlife wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we talked about how huge the park is. This next picture is highlighting that visiting the North Rim and the South Rim in the same day may be harder than you think. So as the crow flies, meaning if it was a straight shot from the North to the South Rim, the Grand Canyon Village on the South Rim and the Lodge on the North Rim are only about 10 miles apart. However, to drive between them through the park, over the Colorado River, and loop around the canyon, you have to travel 215 miles, or about 5 hours.
Ooh, jeez.
Imagine if you were stuck in the car for 5 hours driving. Yikes.
But, you know, I think I wouldn't mind being stuck in the car in this scenery for 5 hours.
Amen. Got that right.
Or going to Uncle Scott's and Aunt Maggie's. We had to like literally sit in the car. Wow.
So we talked about the skywalk. That's this right here. So this skywalk has a see-through base that you walk on. And you can look down into the Grand Canyon. It's like you're walking out in nothing. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is.
So if you're afraid of heights, that may not be something you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom and I went to the other end because we didn't see this.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
And depending on when you went, the skywalk, it's kind of new. I'm not sure if it said when it was put
Right.
in,
I think,
but
yeah, I'm not sure when it was put in. It is fairly new though, you're right.
Oh, when my mom and I went, it was closed. That side of the canyon was closed for off season.
Okay, okay. In this picture here, what do you see going on? What is this in the sky?
Clouds.
It looks like smoke to me.
There you go. They kind of look like clouds, Julie, you're right, but this is smoke. So there are controlled fires that happen in the canyon, and fire has actually been a part of the plateau ecosystem for thousands of years because it naturally thins the forest, puts nutrients back into the soil, and it stimulates new plant growth. So there's always a balance between restoring and maintaining the natural processes with these fires, but also protecting the people that are there visiting and those that live close by. This was in 2016. So here's just another stunning picture. And they say, if you can only do one thing, take a hike. So you can see here all these switchbacks. I believe this is, I don't know if this is road or if it's a trail. I think it's a hiking trail, Bright Angel.
I think it's a trail, yeah.
Yeah, so it's saying that this trail has endless switchbacks that go down into the canyon, giving hikers epic views framed by massive cliffs.
That's right there.
And President Teddy Roosevelt was a huge part of protecting the Grand Canyon. He was moved very deeply by the unique landscape, and in 1906, he signed a bill that said the area would be reserved as a Grand Canyon Game Reserve. And then he made it a national monument. He said, leave it as it is. You cannot improve on it. The ages have been at work on it, and man can only mar it. So, with that,
That was neat.
it's fun to learn more about these different aspects of the park.
Oh, yeah, I want to see some stuff.
Hey, Michelle. I want to show you this one cute outfit of hers. It's really adorable. It's like really cute. Got like this cute whole outfit. It's got this like cute like little bow,
I want to see some
That's so
stuff.
little cute Minnie Mouse shirt, and cute little skirt.
Very cool, Kendall. So you guys, I have a question for you. Julie, I know that you have something, but who else raised their hand at the beginning that said they had been there? I know Rachel, you had said you did. Rachel and Julie, was there anybody else? Okay.
I have.
You have, Jimmy?
What
did you do when you were there?
Well, I just looked at the scenery.
You did.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Great.
It was. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did.
Very cool. And Michelle, interrupt me whenever you need to, but I know that Julie had said she's been there and she wanted to show us something from, I believe, her time there.
I got this. If I can put it down. When I was eating with my aunt and some of their friends, I was wearing this while I was eating my nachos. So I was doing like this.
That's very pretty though, Julie.
And then
Do you know, did you buy that like in a shop or did you buy it from one of the,
I
like,
think one of the shops.
okay.
And talking about the Grand Canyon, how it's curled, I got a rock that almost looks like it.
Oh,
And
nice.
plus, I can get it out. And I got an arrowhead.
Oh, very cool. I like arrowheads.
Mm-hmm.
And an Indian doll.
Oh, hold her real steady so we can see her.
Oh,
Okay. An Indian.
She's pretty. I like how she
I do too.
is all dressed up.
Yeah. And I got a thing that I got. It's like a whistle and you blow.
Wow.
Oh.
Very cool.
Ow, it's loud.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
I
it's
got
so loud.
an arrowhead. And I got a black rock. You know, you probably have seen some black on the mountains. And I got a black rock from it.
Nice, Julie.
Souvenir.
Very cool.
And I
Julie,
told you about the guy that I meant to say those horses, and he saw me again on the train, and he spotted me and gave me a real bullet out of his gun.
That's cool.
wow.
Wow. That's
He
very cool.
Said that to me on the train, and I thought that was really neat. One thing that was really funny was I got a picture taken with me and that guy and the horse. The horse gave me a kiss.
The
Wow.
horse gave you a kiss.
The horse
Yeah,
did?
I always give horses kisses.
with his tongue,
It won't work.
and it was big.
Right. Yeah, that's right. A big sloppy kiss. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Julie, thank you so
Yes.
much
You
for
won't let me
sharing
get it.
that.
I don't know why.
I want to tell you about the squirrels.
The squirrels.
We got stuff. I got a sandwich to eat, and they told us not to feed the squirrels. Well, I ate one. I had two sandwiches, so I ate one. They said never lay your food down. And then all of a sudden, I got so mad. I told my aunt, "Can I go get me another sandwich?" And the squirrel took my sandwich and went off with it.
He was hungry.
You ran away with your sandwich.
Yeah,
Gotta look out, right? They're snaky, aren't they?
yeah,
I guess it's a good thing that you didn't try to fight him off, though.
really.
Well, those are fun memories to have, Julie, and good souvenirs.
Oh yeah,
too.
and I got some pictures too.
Yeah. That other one is.
It was really fun. And also, I went swimming in the swimming pool where we stayed at.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Well,
They
we
have
are
a hot tub
quickly
too.
we're quickly
I think
running
they
out
have
of
a hot
time.
tub too.
Hot tub sounds like fun. We're quickly running out of time, so I'm going to share a little bit more about these other things we mentioned. This is a little snippet of the Colorado River, and this is a very intense section of the
cool.
river. So get ready because it's exciting.
Let's do this.
Oh, chocolate milk raft.
I love it.
It looks like chocolate milk, doesn't it?
Yep.
Not really.
How about now, Julie?
Boy, those raptors are having a hard time pushing themselves up that river.
Yeah. They're huge rafts. This is one of those beachy pull-offs that we talked about. So some sections of the river are very flat, like right back there, and then others, there are intense rapids, like you can see right here. Woo!
Making me want to have some chocolate milk, y'all.
Oh, you see that? You fell right off.
I mean,
Be right in the chocolate milk.
That's right.
Let's get him. Let's get him. Go, go, go.
So the guide is saying, let's get him, let's get him. Because you don't want to be in that water for
Okay.
very long. It's really rapid.
Grab him.
He fell in the chocolate milk, y'all.
We're getting ready. Here comes another one.
Eating the chocolate milk.
Called lava fall. So this is one area where the helicopters can get in and take you out. So who wants to go on that section of the river?
I do.
Oh,
Looks pretty fun.
I kind of do.
Julie, got some brave people in the crowd. It seems very exciting. And can you imagine being out there for up to 22 days? That's 3 weeks out on the river.
I'll do.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Elaine, did you have something to add?
Oh, I would like to do it for sure. The cool thing, you guys, about those big rafts is you get to take a lot of stuff with you. So typically you get to eat really, really well on big trips like that. So you don't have to eat just kind of what you might normally eat when you're camping or backpacking. You can take like lots of good food. So I would definitely like to go.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
take all of you with me, because if I fell out, I would need somebody to come and pull me back out of that chocolate milk.
Got you. I got
I
you.
am not that strong, Elaine.
I got you, Elaine.
Better be.
I'm not that
So-
strong.
Because
I put her in her
the
down and
hiking program, virtually hiking, we wanted to take you on a little hike to one of these waterfalls that I was telling you about, that's named after the Havasupai people. And what does Havasupai mean? Does anyone remember?
Mm-mm.
Has to do with colors. 2 colors. It's the color of the water in these falls.
Oh,
The blue something.
Blue and what color is Jimmy's shirt?
Green.
awkward.
Yes, blue-green is what
That's
it
pretty
means.
too.
So I'll share this video with you. It's just about 2 minutes long, and then we'll start to wrap this up.
Well, let's do this.
Havasupai Falls, a
Dude,
journey
that's pretty.
to Wonderland is what it says.
Yep.
I like this video because it shows how different the terrain is. They've got trekking poles with them for some of the steeper climbs and the steeper descents.
My legs will be
See.
sore.
This is a lot of rocky ground. There are some sections where they have to cross the water. It's a 10-mile hike. And ideally you backpack in if you can. This is one of
That's
those
pretty.
sections where you have to walk through the water.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
It is.
You can go swimming.
I'll be going swimming in it. I hope you did. That would
This
be
one
me
is
going
called Beaver
swimming.
Falls. Do you see that color of the water down there? Didn't it look kind
Yeah.
of green?
I'll be taking a dip. Swimming. I'll be going swimming.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It probably feels good too. That water's pretty.
It is.
It looks like they have a kudzu problem, just like we do.
Hey, it probably cools them off too from all that walking.
Yeah.
If you think of it.
And now they're going
Cool.
down through this cave, basically. And there it is, Havasupai Falls.
Look at that water. That water. Yeah.
Oh man. That's awesome.
I feel like me. Being in the water, y'all.
If I was on top of that thing, I would jump in.
Me too.
But I'm not going to take that risk.
Yeah, probably not. I've heard a lot of horror stories.
You have to be very careful at the tops of those falls. One of the falls, Mooney Falls, was named after a cowboy who fell off. He fell off from the top. It was 200 feet down to the bottom, and he didn't make it. He didn't survive. They named the falls after him, and his name was Mooney.
So you guys, those falls we just saw, Michelle has told you about the Native Americans that live, right? And we kind of talked about it at the very beginning, but it's, you know, it's named after the Havasupai Indians, and they are, so there's lots of different tribes. When we first looked at Google Maps, we saw lots of different kind of Indian reservations above the canyon, but the Havasupai Indians still live at the bottom. So where we've been looking today, like today, they still live down there. So you think about that, like they have to get all their, anything that they bring in, if they don't grow it or that they might need, they have to either trek it out, right? Or trek out to go get it, or they use those mules to bring it down. But could you imagine having to do that every time you needed some groceries?
No, me.
That'd be quite the hike.
That's right. We'd have to learn to be really good gardeners to live off the land.
And I believe I read earlier, Elaine, there are around 650 people within the tribe that live there on that reservation right now. And the hike that we just toured on the video, you have to get a permit through the tribe to be able to access it. So they're very connected to the land still there in that region. Julie, did you have something to add?
Yeah, me and my aunt walked halfway down. And that's a thing like some kind of circle thing. We stopped down, then we walk all the way back there.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet
We
it
did
wasn't
not
easy.
go. No, we didn't go all the way down. Just about halfway, and then we came back up.
Okay.
But it was really neat.
Yeah, you got to explore some of it. That's great. Kendall, you have something to add?
Yes, I am. When in the video, I really like that waterfall. It's really
I do
pretty.
too.
Yeah, it's
It was pretty.
beautiful. Do you see why it's one of the most often photographed waterfalls in the world? It's a beautiful waterfall. Well, hey crew, we're out of time. We had some other things to show you, but
I gotta Zoom with Annie now because Miss Laura's mom just texted my dad. So.
So that's right. So we're out of time. We want to respect your time and your afternoon, give you a chance to enjoy your free time. But thank you for coming today and learning more about the park with us. This is now our second time in the park because it's just so cool. There's so much to explore and learn. That's right. We could probably do it 3 more times and still have a ton of things that we learn.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, this was
See you on
fun.
4:30.
Yeah, that's right, Julie. Well, for those of you that are going to join us for the zoo program tonight, we Zoom in with the zoo. We will be on again at 4:30. So hopefully you guys will do that. But I don't know about you guys, but today makes me want to think about the future and think about a trip, right? Think about a trip to the Grand Canyon. Be super fun.
Yeah.
Yep, sign me up.
That's right, Julie. Sign me up too.
Let me up too.
You can come with me.
The
Even
one I'm
alive.
excited about is
In
the
Evelyn.
girls' night thing. I'm
We'll
really
have
excited
we'll have
about
to
that.
take a road trip, right? Once all this
Yeah.
nonsense gets back to
Yeah.
normal, right?
Though Arizona looks pretty far, Elaine.
It's a little far. You guys remember I used to live there, so made the trip. I did a
He
few different
did?
times, and so it's quite a
He
trip.
used to live there.
Did.
Elaine did.
Went to the
Wow.
Grand Canyon a few times, so
That's cool.
Yeah. So everybody have a great afternoon. Hopefully we'll see you soon. But if not, we'll see you next Tuesday for our next hiking club meeting. And we'll
And
be
I will see you
exploring-
guys tomorrow at the thing. And,
Yep, and we'll be exploring somewhere else in the world next week.
Me
So stay
too.
tuned.
I'll see you at 4:30.
Be on the lookout in your email. for all
Yeah.
that
We got it. So I'll see y'all at 4:30.
Okay.
all
See
right.
you at 4:30.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you 4:30.
Bye. See you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit.